Hello children, how are you all? I hope you are fit and fine. Children, as you all know, we have started few days back our first chapter of honeycomb, 3 questions. And we have completed this chapter and the exercises were left. So yesterday we have completed 2 questions. Today we are going to start third number question that you can find on page number 15, page number 15 in your honeycomb book, and 14 and 15 you can find, and we were on question number 2. Today we are going to start question number 3. What suggestions were made in answer to the third question? So children, write it down, the question, then we will start writing answer. The third question is, what suggestions were made in answer to the third question? So now I am going to write answer on the board. So you just write it down in your copy. So this is answer number 3, children. Okay? In answer to the third question, some said that science was the most important thing, important thing. Others suggested fighting or religious worship. Fighting or religious worship. Okay? Fighting or religious worship. Now children, write it down. Answer number 3, that is, in answer to the third question, some said the science was the most important thing. Others suggested fighting or religious worship. So children, write it down. Now we are moving to the question number 4. Question number 4 is, did the wise man win the reward? If not, why not? So children, as we have read in the story, wise man had given different type of opinion, different type of suggestions. Some said this, some said that. So the king was not satisfied at all. So that is why he did not give any reward to any wise man. So children, the same answer we will write in our copy, but we have to create answer. So that is why, first of all, you will write question, did the wise man win the reward? If not, why not? So children, write down 4th number question, then we will write answer. So this is answer number 4, children. Okay? So answer number 4 is, did the wise man win the reward? If not, why not? So no. First of all, we will write no. Okay? No. No wise man won the reward. Why? That we will write. The wise man did not win the reward. Win the reward. Okay? The wise man did not win the reward because none could give satisfactory answers. Satisfactory answers. So children, here you can see first answer is no. I have written in very short answer. So here children you can see first it is no, and the second one, the part of the question, and I have given the answer. The wise man did not win the prize or reward because none could give satisfied answer. So children, this is the answer. Write it down or take a screenshot. Okay children? Now, after that, we should move to the 5th number question that you can find on page number 15. Okay children? So 15 number page. How did the king and the hermit help the wounded man? So here children, how did hermit and king help the wounded man? They changed his bandage and they used their handkerchief and they gave fresh water and they lay down that person on the bed in the hut and they served. This type of the thing they both of them had done for the wounded man. So children, now we are going to write answer. First you should write question first, then we will write answer. So answer number 4 we have completed. Now we are going to write answer number 5. Now I am going to write from here. The king and the hermit. The king and the hermit removed the wounded man's clothing. Man's clothing, children. Wounded man clothing. The king asked the king washed the wound and covered it. Now here children you can see what is written. The king and the hermit removed the clothing of wounded man. The king washed the wound and covered it with handkerchief. So children, here you can see the answer, and few lines more I'll write. Okay? And covered it with his handkerchief. His handkerchief. He dressed the wound he dressed the wound a second time to stop the bleeding. Stop the bleeding. Okay? Then the king and the hermit carried the wounded man to a bed in a hut. Children. So children, here you can see this answer. So the answer is, the king and the hermit removed the wounded man's clothing. The king washed the wound and covered it with its handkerchief. He dressed the wound a second time to stop the bleeding. So here you can see the full stop is there. Bleeding. Then the king, again full stop. Then the king and the hermit carried the man to a bed in a hut. So children, complete it or take a screenshot, children. Now we are moving to the next question. That is, this question is question number 6. And question number 6 is having two parts. The first part is, who was the bearded man? And the second is, why did he ask for the king's forgiveness? So children, it's having two answers. So first we will do 5th one, then we will do 6th number. Okay? So write it down or take a screenshot. I am going to erase these answers. Okay? So now write down number 6, question number 6. First part of the question is, who was bearded man? Now, who was bearded man? First of all, we will write answer number 6 and its first part. I am writing answer of first part of the question. Okay? So I am writing from here. The bearded man was in fact the king's enemy. Yes, children, of course, the bearded man was not a simple person. He was king's enemy. And as we have read in the chapter, that why he was enemy of king? Because the king seized his property and killed his own brother. That is why he became enemy of this king. So the bearded man was in fact the king's enemy. Now here I am writing this answer. He had taken, who had taken? King had taken. He had taken, okay, who had taken the property? King had taken the property. But here I am writing, he had taken the vow or oath. So he had taken a vow a vow to take revenge. To take revenge. To take revenge. Okay? The king had killed the king had killed the man's brother and confiscated all the property. Okay, so the king had seized all the property of this wounded man, and that is why he became enemy of the king. Now this is the first answer, or you can say the first part of the answer. Now we are moving to the second question, that is, why did he ask for king's forgiveness? The second one is, why did he ask the king's forgiveness? So for this I have to erase this answer, then we will write the next one. So this is 6th number and the second answer. So why did he ask for the king's forgiveness? So this is the question. Now I am going to write the answer. The wounded man begged the king to forgive him. Okay? He was grateful to the king. He was grateful to the king who had saved his life. Who had saved his life. Who had saved his life. He felt guilty. The wounded man felt guilty. He felt guilty. Okay? This is I, children. Guilty. He felt guilty at heart. Why he felt guilty at heart? Because he came here to kill this king. Because he hated that king. That is why he felt guilty. And here you can see his heart was transformed by the kindness of king. Because the king showed kindness. He saved his life. That is why his heart changed. He wanted to repent his sin. That is why he was asking forgiveness. Okay, children? So he felt guilty at heart. And he promised. I am going to write over here. So for this I have to erase this number 5 answer, because it's quite long answer. That is why I'm just erasing this. So he he promised to serve the king all his life, children. Now here, he totally a new person, he transformed into a new person, and he promised to king to serve, and he would like to be a loyal disciple of the king. Now children, here you can see he felt guilty at heart. He promised to serve the king all his life. So children, write it down. This is answer number 6, but it's having 2 parts. This is also answer number 6. Second part is this, and the first part is this. So what was the question? Who was the bearded man? I have answered. Now, the second one, why did he ask for his king's forgiveness? So both we have completed, children. Now, we are moving to the 7th number question. The king forgave the bearded man. What did he do to show his kindness? The king forgave the bearded man. What did he do to show his kindness? It means that what was the deed, what was the work the king done with the bearded man? How you can assure that he forgave? Okay, children, so this is the answer for you. This is the question for you. You have to make your answer. So what act the king had done to show his forgiveness to that person, the wounded man? So children, we should write the answer. Now, the question is, what were the hermit answer to their, the king forgave the bearded man. What did he do to show his forgiveness? Now, answer number 7 we are going to write. So the king forgave, this answer was completed. Now the king forgave the bearded man, he promised to send his servants and doctor to look after him. Again, here you can see he showed his kindness and he sent his doctor and the person and servant to look after him. Now children, again he showed the kindness. Look after him. He also returned the property seized by him. Children. So now children, here you can see this answer. The king forgave the bearded man. He promised to send his servant and doctor to look after him. He also returned the property seized by him. Okay children, so this is answer number 7. Just complete it and write it down in your copy. And after that we will do next one. The king forgave the bearded man. He promised to send his servants and doctor to look after him. He also returned the property seized by him. Okay, children? So complete it. Or take a screenshot, children. Okay? Now we are moving to the next question. The last question is, what were the hermit answer to the three questions? Write each answer separately. Which answer do you like most and why? So the second part of the answer, this answer you will write yourself because it is depend on your liking. So what do you want to write? So which answer do you like most and why? You have to give answer also. So children, first of all you just write it down and then we will solve the next one. So for this, I'm going to erase this. Now the hermit answered, I'm going to write answer number 8. Okay, children? The hermit answered, the hermit answered the king's question. The king questions in his own way. In his own way. He said that first we can write in the point, now the present time, because we have to write separately. Now the present time was the best time. Was the best time. Had he gone back, he would have been. He would have been. He would have been. He would have been killed by his enemy. So children, first point we have completed. Now I am moving to the second point. The bearded man was the best man at the moment. The bearded man was the best man at the moment. At the moment. Okay. Now the third one I am going to write. Third description. To do good to the hermit. To do good to the hermit. To the hermit and the bearded man. And the bearded man was the most important thing. Important thing for the king. So children, this answer is completed, and the next part of this answer is based on your liking. So you just complete it, this answer, and we will meet again with your liking, what you want to write in this answer. So we will talk in our next class. So take a screenshot and we will do this answer in our next class also. Okay? So till then, bye bye and take care.